Hi, everybody. Janet Eichorst here. Welcome to The True You, a podcast series that I created to support the big you, the all you, the small you, all the aspects and dimensions of you. And the part I wanted to kind of just put a little light on today is that there's things in this world that we don't think are possible for lots of reasons: beliefs, traumas, programming, conditioning. And today, what I'm feeling like I want to help you do is make things possible that you didn't think were possible, right? And this is all directed by you and all the levels of you in the way that's perfect for you, right? So that's what I'm going to support you doing. And it feels like, let me just feel into this a little bit more. It feels like we're going to do this with specifically working with your brain, your neurological system, your your DNA for sure, but how your intercommunication networks operate in coherence with the all that is, right? So in and out is working in coherence in that really beautiful, expansive, dimensional way. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to specifics because I want this to be very practical and useful. So the topic I want to toss around today is the unknown and how we are present to what the unknown is. I think we all have a lot of experience with our own version of control and manipulation. And I'm sure everybody listening to this has done some sort of self-reflective work, because what happens is those illusions of what we think we can control here stop working, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do about it, right? I don't know anybody that wants to live in that fight or flight mechanism. It burns out our body, it affects our relationships in a negative way, and then we really can't live as we were designed to live as divine humans. Okay, so we're going to talk about the unknown, how we deal with the unknown, kind of stressors around that has to deal with change, and how I can support you in being a version of you where I want to say there's less pressure, right? Less stress and more flow and more beingness. Okay, so the container that is here, the energetics that I'm holding and that I'm offering to you specifically, for you, the big you, the small you, all the aspects of you to use, is set up to do just that. For you to navigate the unknown in a way that's way easier and way more efficient and really uses the built-in mechanisms in your body, mind, and spirit of self-healing and transforming, alchemizing reality in ways that perhaps you weren't as aware of as you're going to be when we finish today. Okay, so that's the deal. So let's take a few breaths together and so just drop in, align, be. It's really about you being. And when I say that, what I mean is having more access to your divine brilliance. Okay, so breathe. Use your breath. The amazing mechanisms, the amazing mechanism, the breath, to allow more life, force, energy, true creator essence to flow through all of you, including your physical body. So invite in your physical body to experience more of that pure organic creator essence. and use that breath to circulate that all the way down to your toes, all your fields, your meridians, your nadis, the smallest particulates of you, which I call the true you. That's one way to describe it. Okay, great. So, the unknown. A lot of us haven't done, have struggled in navigating the unknown. There's a lot of potential triggers in that because it had not been safe. We had not been able to maintain our safety at various points in our lives. And so when something comes up that feels unknown, we don't know exactly how to deal with it. And because we are in this place right now, and I'm going to continue to talk about this because it's very real to me, where we are evolutionary jumping. And you could call that quantum, you could call that, I don't really care what word you use, but that what that means is that reality can be rearranged in big chunks in ways that is more real, and we can do this practically. So that's what happens when we are in these evolutionary jump places. There's unknown in that, and there's that feeling of surrendering. Because if I'm hanging on to the old, and I've talked about this in previous podcasts and previous things I put out there, when we hang on to the old, whatever that is, we are stuck and can't, and reality cannot rearrange in the way that's possible. So there's a feeling of surrender. Okay, now right now, as I'm saying these words, what I'm going to invite you to do is drop in, and there's a physical movement to it too, a physical etheric movement alignment where you're kind of dropping back into you, into the true safety of your true God essence, right? Your true source's self. I want you to see if you can get some sort of sense of how safe and how beautiful this is. And as you do that, what happens if we allow it to be so, and if it's in alignment, a lot of things will drop away. Your vibration will increase. There we go. Allow that to happen. Drop in, and you might want to wiggle jiggle your body. Now, these exercises that we do in here that I invite you to do with me, we're going to continue to repeat them, and they are never the same. So just because you've done it before, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get something from it now, because we're on this very fast evolutionary track, right? So, in every moment that we do that, allow what is no longer in alignment or fitting for you to drop away. You don't even think about it. You're just like, be here now kind of thing, right? Align, breathe, stillness. You could call it quantum. Okay, now the question I'm going to invite you, what is there anything, and there may not be, so don't create something if it's not happening for you. Is there anything that's a stressor for you right now, causing you stress in any way, shape, or form, bugging you, right? Getting you a little frozen, keeping you in that sympathetic fight or flight state? Okay, just those words may show you something. So see what it is and keep breathing. Don't leave the stillness of your source essence. Keep that here. Be that. And then see what presents that may be something you want to shift. And if you don't have anything that you want to shift in terms of moving beyond a state or an experience or an idea, see what you want to activate, right? Use just that as a fuel. All right. So just be with that for a moment. See how there's a known here? And see how you don't have to go into that freaked out, sympathetic, can't do state. And if there's any of that here, recognize it. Hello. Right? You don't have to fight with it. You're like, wow, I still got some of that going on. Just breathe into that true essence of you. Be that. And allow those other things that may be in your way or you're just done with, if you have any, let them go. So what's happening is there's a strengthening of your access, of your interconnectedness, of your being happening now. And I'm going to throw some other concepts and ideas out there. We're all energetically based, right? So we're going to allow your brain, your neurological system, your DNA. I know there's a whole bunch of overlap here, but I'm throwing this out there so that you can recognize how you and all the levels of you are going to be more of your vital organic blueprint. That's what the potential is here. So allow that to happen for you. And let's be happy about it, shall we? I'm all for beyond the suffering thing, right? Like, I have suffered. It doesn't mean there's not sensations of pain sometimes in this rearrangement. And that's cool because we're not going to stay there, right? I'm not attached to that either. Okay, there we go. How can you reset your normal right now? I'll give you some ideas, but you get to do this as a divine creator being. You get to hit the reset button. You get to claim it and be it, meaning more of your true you. In the unknown, like you might be getting visions or downloads or codes right now. Cool. And the foundation for what allowed that to happen was the unknown. Right? Your little S self, your ego self, your mind, that little mind, it wasn't sitting here, writing the script. You allowed these other aspects of you in the unknown to drive the bus. That's the coolest thing ever. There's a lot happening right now. So, especially in the back of your head and your brainstem, divine alignment. I want to invite your self-healing mechanisms to turn on in reverence for all the levels of you, especially your physical body. So self-healing means DNA rearrangement, right? It means letting go of what's no longer applicable. Allow that to happen. And you might feel like your shoulder. So this is also opening up your heart mechanisms, your sacred heart mechanisms, and allowing those to align with your physical heart. Okay, and right now what I feel coming in are ideas about how you can navigate your life, right? Like really practical ideas about, oh yeah, oh this is a better idea than I thought. Right? So the idea is like in this unknown state, we're kind of like, oh, let's just see what's going to happen here and what's possible. Allowing what perhaps my belief system or my conditioning told me, or even my experience in the past, right, told me wasn't possible. And now I'm like, look at this brilliant idea. And even if you don't have that, we are bringing in potentiality. And bringing in means like there is a bringing in, but it's allowing you to access. You could call them timelines. Oh, wow, that's big. Okay, so feel like even in your hips, your sacrum. This is how we bring things into this reality, physicalize it, bring it into form through our lower chakra systems and power centers. Allow those to heal, come into a greater level of alignment where your true source essence is with you. Open up the communication pathways with your physical body so that you can work in harmony, in communion, and also with Gaia, our planetary consciousness, Mother Earth, whatever word you want to use here. We are on this giant rock floating around the cosmos, and we want to work in harmony with whatever pronoun you want to use, him, her, it, them. Holy harmony. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Now breathe. There's a little bit of tension here, perhaps for some of you. Feeling it like in the chest and the collarbone and the ribs. Just breathe and intend that the patterns of perfection, whatever that means for you in this moment, which is holding deep love and reverence for you as a divine creator being, not limited with your ability to be in the unknown when you are in the unknown. And when you're in the known, to act on whatever inspiration you're guided to act on. And that might just be, a couple words. It might be pay your bills, right? It might be meditate. It might be walk your dog or call your mom or whatever it is. Right? And so there's this idea that I'm open to that divine inspiration and that divine flow. I can allow myself to be in the unknown without those pressures because I have this foundation of divine source. That's where the safety is. That's where the security is. And that's always here. So there's a phrase that came from some 12-step work. A couple phrases or a method, I should say, where we kind of pray about it, put out intentions of what we know about something. We kind of let it go, and then we live. We relax, we take it easy, right? And we live. So if there aren't some like bigger things that I'm inspired to do, meaning I'm saying this to be sort of funny, but sometimes we think our mission work needs to be like save the world. That's an extreme example, but it's let me see if I can pick up the mail for my neighbor, because they just, had surgery on their foot, right? Like there's the little ways that we are kind when we don't want to be. Those are those truly magical moments. I've used this example in previous recordings where I pick up the dog poop from some other dog and I don't want to, and I do it because there's a kids park here and I don't want any of the kids or the adults to step in it, right? So those are profound moments sometimes where I defy a level of small self-centeredness that I don't want to be in anymore. Let's take a few breaths here. I feel like we are complete. I have committed to make these recordings not very long. So you can easily incorporate them in your day. And I will put clips out there in various places too, so you can put those on or and listen to them when you need a little upshift or uplift, right? So much love to you. Thank you for being here. And please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I love to hear what your response is. So much love to you. Bye for now.